refineries from the top to process it in. So it's all self-contained. And then I've got some nice glass ceiling and glass walls over there. So there is a little bit of glass. Okay, so that's all done for now. Let's go and head back downstairs. And now we're going to go and finish doing the hookup. So it's already hooked up here. I am going to need to put pumps on this pipe. Right now it was just to get the pipe here. So that's why you can see this is not expanded at all. It means there's no flow. You can see here, nothing. 0 flow rate, nothing in the pipe, everything else. But eventually once I get that going, it'll feed in and kick it off. On the other side, I still have not hooked up on this side. So what we're going to do now is just start that hookup. And then I might do some prettying up as well, but we'll get to that. So logistics, Mark II pipe. Okay. We're going to be heading over here, but we're going to go over to the buffers first. We're going to stay clear of that train track. The train will go through it and it won't destroy it. It'll just clip through it. But I like it to look nice. I like it to look realistic. And I don't like when things clip. There's actually another section of the train track that I have to go back and fix because of clipping. But we're not going to do that at this point. Right now, we're just focused on getting this pipe where it needs to go. Now, I want it to be high enough that I can walk underneath it, but you don't want to add too much height when you're talking about fluid, any types of fluids in Satisfactory, because then you're going to need more head lift, so which means more pumps. Okay. Now, I have been feeding it from here into this buffer. I don't think I need to do that anymore because I want that buffer to be able to be used. And I'm also going to go over, maybe turn off this other refinery over here because I think I'm impacting because I'm pulling too much through the pipe, at least for this point in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go turn off the flow down here. Well, I'm going to do it in a minute because I need that power. So we'll get to that. But then I'm going to go down. I'm going to put a pipe in there where I can actually then cut that flow off and leave it off for now. But I can always come back and turn it on later if I get like Mark III pipes, if they even exist. I don't even know if they're Mark III pipes yet. I just got the Mark IIs. You can kind of see how it all comes in and then joins together. Here's one of those pumps, pushes it along. I don't need 2 pumps. I don't know why I have 2 pumps in here. It's a waste of power. We'll get to that. Okay, we're also going to stop the flow from those in a minute too, but for now it'll be fine. Because that's getting a pretty good amount of fuel in there. Because these buffers have been building up. I'm just going to take a look at where we're at on the buffer levels here. The buffers are actually full, so that's good. Or at least that buffer is. Let's take a look at the next level up. Yeah, that buffer's completely wiped. And that buffer's completely wiped. So it's hanging on by a thread, and I'd like these buffers to fill up and actually kick them back out and maybe add a few more power plants over on that, out onto that jet out over there to add more power rather than overtaxing it, which is what I'm doing over there. That's where I got into trouble. So we are going to pipe that in. What I'm going to do is a temporary fix for right now, which is that I'm going to actually tie it in just with a pipeline tee. And then I'm going to put a valve on here. And that valve is going to be for me to be able to cut it off when I need to. So going to, whoops. Actually, you're going to tie it in and then put the valve on quickly. Let me just make sure I have the materials to do what I do. Good. Okay. Boom. That should stop it from filling this up. It did. So there's no flow, or it's very, very low. That might be like a trickle through. But that should have stopped it over there and kept that going. Which is what is happening. So you can kind of see, although that just shrank pretty considerably. Oh yeah, I'm draining that hardcore. Oh, now it's pumping back up. So that might just be the cycling of one of the power plants kicking on. So, also what I'm going to do, I just got done doing all of the upgrades on my pipes. I like to color code everything because I'm a nerd like that. And so I have blue for water. Oh, and actually these shouldn't be this. I should actually be clearing that. Sugar, sugar, sugar. That is pipeline swatch. Because this is actually not oil. This is fuel, so that's actually the right color. So you want that to be that color. The oil should be black. Then you can see purple over there is, let me go over there real quick. So there's the purple. And you can see here, it's that heavy oil residue. I've got quite a bit of that. Not really using much of it. You can use it for different things. And then this is the water. So just like it so you can kind of at a glance quickly see what it is. But let's go ahead and take care of this real quick. The downside is when I build the piping, it's going to go with the base default because it doesn't know, like it, you know, you don't know what is going in it each time. It could be something else. There we go. Got them all. Clean, clean, clean. I'm not going to do the entire length of this pipeline at this time. I'm just going to do it until I get before the rest of my power plant. And then over here in a second, I'll show you. I also have a pipe that I have a clean out on and is a multi-use pipe. So sometimes I use it for oil, sometimes I use it for water. So it's gray, and that just shows that it's a variable. So this gray is variable. Right now it's running water. So you can kind of see by that liquid fill in, but it's just that gray color versus the black. But then I can actually connect in here instead of over there, and then it could be oil instead, depending on what I want to put into that refinery, depending on my needs. So there you have it. And that'll be it for that direction. We won't, like I said, I'm not going to go the whole way right now. I'll do that later as I continue to obsess. But for now, that covers that, so we can kind of see that that's an oil pipeline at a glance. Now we're going to go the opposite direction because we're going to need to be installing the other pieces to get it flowing. And then here, as I mentioned, here's the fuel generators. It just kind of goes down and produces it all that direction. Now on this end of the refinery, it is crude oil, so we're going to color it as such. Keep an eye out while I'm doing it, because I'm probably going to end up running into some beasties out here. Oh, there goes my train over there. You can watch it load and unload, so just let you see it take a cargo load off. If it can unload, actually, though, if it's already filled up, it's not going to unload if the lines are already clogged. Yeah, the lines are clogged because I think I turned off the power over there. I'm going to have a lot of cleanup to do from my oh crap moment earlier from having to cut power quickly because I didn't install any power switches, which is something I'm going to need to do to be able to shut down zones. That'll be part of the next design as I clean up my wiring because everything is spaghetti right now. Parachute out. Flow on over. Good. Most of the respawning hasn't occurred yet. So that's good. I know it will be over there. I'll have some of those spitters over there waiting for me, but they can be dispatched up pretty quickly, especially now that I have the gun. Before I had to use a rebar shooter, and that took a while because all the reloads and everything else and some of the beasts. That was some hairy times, but now I'm feeling more comfortable with it. No, they haven't respawned yet either. That's good. I also wonder, I don't know what structures it does it for, but I do know once you build up a certain amount, some of the beasts stop respawning in that area because it's basically a tamed land, I guess. So maybe they haven't respawned because of the pipe or because of the buffer or something else. I'm not sure. Friendlies do. The friendly creatures still spawn, but... Oh, that is not a friendly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheese them. Once I get up on the pipe, they can't get to me unless I fall off the pipe like that. Well, these are the little guys. These aren't too scary. I can just bat them with my stick, but that guy I can't. That guy's a big boy. He knocks me into yesterday when he hits me. Down goes Fraser. Pick up the meat and continue on now that I've done that. Yeah, I still can't pick this one up because the crude oil, it's on there, and so I haven't been able to find the right angle to get it to actually be pick upable. So, technical term for it. And let's go back to our customizer, pick the swatch. Carry on my wayward son. All right. That pipe system coloring is complete. I'm going to go check and see if any of those spitters came back over here because I haven't built anything over here. That guy's a friendly, by the way. The whale penguin, whatever the hell he is. Creeps me out, but he's not hostile. Let's reload. He's coming. Nope. Ooh, perfect time jump. Big jump. Oh, those guys are a pain in the butt. Smaller guys aren't a big deal. There's another one in the bush over there that just went over. Gotcha. There's the spitter. Might be another one over here, I'm not sure. I thought I'd seen another one walk over here. That shoots little exploding beetle bee things. Not friendship. Big spitter. Now you know why it's called a spitter. Ow. He landed one on me. I already got the thing that was over there, which was... Yeah, I got that. So that was just a waste of ammo to come over this way, but whatever. It was fun. Got to shoot some things. Oh, goodness. I also forgot to check the game. Oh, geez. That's not good. Yankees are up 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Maybe I should have left the score off my screen. Yikes. That's not a good sign. Let's put bow nailer in for hedges. Got Jimenez on first. I'm gonna there we go. Give it that custom color. Now I am gonna need to power it, so I'm gonna need to run a line over here. God, this gun makes this so much better. Did so much running. This is normal? Normal. So right now I just have it on 2 pure oil nodes. I want to see how that is before I go and try to also patch in normals as well. I feel like that's guarding something, but I don't know what. Oh, slug, power slug. Let's go up and get that power slug, eh? I had a feeling he was guarding something. Blue power slug. All right. Let's grab the old power. Get close enough to tag it. Without going underwater, yes. Forgot there's a little dry bridge over there. End of the 6th. Still, Guardians are not scoring. That's not good. Oh, I didn't grab any of those, so I can't do my power pole Mark III, but Mark II should be fine. It's 7 connections right now. I only need like 3 or 4. Actually, 2 or 3. Once I get a couple of the spacers in, but that's going to now start pumping. There we go. You can see right away that starts filling that tube up. It'll do even better once it has more oomph behind it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it on this side. And then I can connect it. Just a weird oddity of it. And once I connect the top of the power line there, then that gives me much further range. And I might add some other things out here eventually, so I'm going to put another Mark II over here. Okay. So now that's going to start pumping as well. And now it's going to be important to start putting on pipeline pumps. So the pipeline pumps are going to do heads of feet or meters of lift, head lift. So head lift is how much upward travel can the fluid go, and so the pump can do at max 50 meters. Now, if you get too into that red zone, what it'll do is eventually start to backfill, and it does follow fluid dynamics. So if it starts to falter and starts to draw back down, it's actually going to carry momentum with it as well down the pipe. So all that liquid could push back, and you could actually create kind of back pressure in the pipe, and it could actually stop your entire flow. So it's important to keep an eye on your head lift as you're going through. I overdo it by a lot. I do need to get better at calculating it. Really want this to be on a 50-meter head lift max. I probably want this to be, happy living in like the 20 to 35 range, personal opinion, but then you'll start getting more consistent flow rate. Now this is going to be up and down until I get it pumping properly throughout the entire line. So it's not just the head lift also, but also you're going to be looking here to see what is the flow rate. Is the pipe all the way full? If the pipe is full, then you're doing okay, and the flow rate's actually because it just doesn't, somewhere else down the line it's running into issues. So here is lower, but it's going to start to grow, but not growing very much. So I'm going to need to put a pump in here before that. And I'm actually going to switch it over here on my bottom. I don't know why I don't do that more often. It makes it a little bit easier. Okay, make sure it's going the right direction, and then I'm going to rotate it so I have better, cleaner access to the power probe right here. I'm going to need a pole over here. Okay. Not sure why that is colored that way. Shouldn't have orange on it still. should look just like this one here. Let me switch it over to something else. See what it does. See if it's just a glitch. It is just